Women are not nearly as picky looking for a partner as you may think, and I'll prove it to you with both psychology and statistics. You may have seen these TikToks of young ladies being asked some basic questions of what they ideally want to find in a guy, such as age, height,
minimum height?
5'9", no, 6 foot.
You went from 5'9" to 6 foot?
It's like the same, right?
5'11".
6 foot.
6 foot. 6 foot. 5'11".
annual income,
50K.
50,000.
80,000. 70,000.
Well, you have to be employed, so 100,000.
What?
Minimum wage, so what, like 50K?
What?
and then they're told the probability of finding that guy, which is usually next to no chance at all.
0.81% chance, 2.2% chance, 0.39%, 0.44%, 0.25%, 0.76%.
However, that so-called test is not very accurate because you can get virtually anyone to have a nearly 0% probability by simply asking them more questions. Just ask them more questions such as, do you want him to have a college degree? Do you want him to have a low, medium, or high IQ? City? Suburbs or country? Obese, average, or fit? So you keep giving them more questions and more choices to choose from, and they will eventually have nearly a 0% chance of finding that person. At this point, I can practically hear you single straight men yelling at your screens about to type a comment telling me that women are really that picky. And this is where I am going to agree with you. Yes, women are that picky on dating apps because that's their stranger standard, very different than their real life standard if you were to know them well in the real world. Women have two totally different sets of standards, and guys do something similar, and we'll discuss that in a second. And ladies, write in the comments if you agree or disagree here. It has been proven that on the apps, women tend to be much pickier and much less forgiving than if they were to know the guy in person and already like his personality. When they already like a guy's personality and enjoy being around them, all those superficial items on their long shopping list don't matter nearly as much. In psychology, this is called the familiarity bias and the halo effect. On a dating app, since she knows nothing about the guy's personality and he is a stranger who can also be dangerous to her, she will naturally resort to the only other option to choose a partner in that situation, which is to flip open her lengthy superficial shopping list, focusing on the many superficial items like height, body type, annual income, career, education, and whether or not he's a Swiftie. This shopping list that women apply heavily to strangers is usually not realistic or attainable at all, but is instead used to psychologically create a barrier to prevent nearly all strange and possibly dangerous men from entering into her orbit.
20 to 23. 6 foot.
Minimum income.
Let's say like 100K.
Okay, 20 years old. You have a 0.29% chance.
Men often wonder why women are on dating apps if they don't want to go on dates. That's usually because they want a relationship but don't want to go on a whole bunch of awkward and potentially dangerous dates to find that person.
Okay, so you're this? Yeah. But you want this? Yeah. Okay, so in order to get that, you'd have to do this.
And it's not just women who have a shopping list on dating apps. Us guys do too. But instead of height, income, education, guys are not surprisingly much pickier on a woman's appearance when they are swiping on strangers in a dating app. However, similarly to the ladies, guys are less picky if they know her personality in real life and get along well with her. This is again the halo effect, where our cognitive bias influences our perception of their individual qualities. Basically, our positive feelings toward their personality can create a halo which extends even to their physical appearance, making them appear more attractive to us the longer we know them. Have you ever felt that the longer you know someone and get along great with them, the more physically attractive they become? Yes, we all experience the halo effect. Here's the hard fact. Dating apps usually keep both men and women single, which seems to be by design because they want to keep taking your money each month. If they were very successful at quickly and effectively creating matches, they would be putting themselves out of business very quickly. And the successful matches that they tout is what's known in business as marketing expenses, which is to make it seem like you too can find your husband or wife on their app. Those apps keep women single by getting them to focus on their impossible Mr. Right shopping list, and they keep men single by getting them to overly focus on a woman's physical appearance. And it's actually at no fault to either men or women, because you can't get to know the personalities of the people you're swiping on or even briefly messaging. With men focusing on appearance and women focusing on other superficial qualities, these apps are getting both men and women to fixate on things that do not make a successful long-term relationship. This is because compatibility, getting along, working well together, having similar values, and respecting one another are the most important qualities in a long-term relationship. So what should you do to find your partner? Well, I created a dating app that guarantees you will... I'm kidding. Get off the dating apps and spend that time you would have used swiping on strangers with doing things that you love to do. Yes, in the real world, and you will start to meet like-minded people and therefore likely a good possible match. If you like to hike, join a hiking group. If you enjoy reading, join a reading club. If you don't have a hobby or interest, give anything a try, even if it's just for a few hours. Just get out there and start doing things you are interested in doing with others, and you will organically meet many possible matches along the way. Now in the comments, what are other good possible ways to meet a potential partner? Let everyone know in the comments below. Subscribe for more.